In this video, I'll be showing you how and where to apply effects inside of Kdenlive. Kdenlive has a wide variety of effects, and on top of that, there are many ways to apply these effects. You can apply effects to individual clips on the timeline, or you can apply these effects to an entire track and affect all of the clips on that track. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So let's get into it. So inside of Kdenlive, the typical workflow would be to grab your clip, bring it onto your timeline, and then you would apply your effects to your clips directly inside of the timeline. So for example, I'll grab the lift gamma gain, and I say I'm going to drop the gamma. Let's drop the lift, increase the gain a bit. Let's drop the gamma a bit more. And there we have it. We have our initial correction done. But now, as we're working, we have to make cuts throughout our clip. We have to break it up and move it around, and maybe we're going to add some B-roll and things of the sort. So now if I want to modify the grading or the color correction on this segment over here, and I want it to affect all of them, I could always try and use the effect group, and then I have to grab all of them. But there's a moment where I might have too many cuts, and now it becomes difficult to grab all of them, and if I miss one of them, then things go wrong, and we want to avoid that. So the other way to apply our effects would be directly to the track itself. So I'll click on our clip, I'll go and grab our lift gamma gain and drop it on the track. Let's disable the group effect for now, and I can remove effects from all of our clips. And now if we want to make adjustments, we simply have to adjust it on the track and it will affect all of the clips on that track. But now you have to keep that in mind, because if ever you put something else on that track, it will also get affected by our adjustments. Now, in the case where you do need to put other things on that track, so it's not just that one clip, but you still need to do your color correction to that clip and you want to be able to modify all of them all at once, another way to apply your effects would be to apply them directly inside of the project bin. So over here we have our video inside of the project bin. I can grab the lift gamma gain and drop it onto our video. So if we switch over here, as we modify it, I'll delete it for the track, and now we have it applied to this clip by default anywhere that we bring it onto the track. And whatever we change inside of the project bin is going to reflect directly onto the track. So any little adjustments I make, they update on the track. So now for something like these images, for example, if you want to scale them to fit the entire canvas, you could do so on the timeline, or you could do it directly inside of the project bin. So let's add a transform, fit the width, and we can now center it. Just keep in mind that what we get on the timeline is a final result. What I mean by this is where we have extra information in here. You can see if I move it up or down, we have additional information that is being cropped because we scaled it up. On the timeline, we do not have that information. So what we see is what we have. So if I move it up or down, you can see none of that extra information is available. So just keep that in mind when applying your effects directly inside of the project bin. And now we can do the same thing for this image over here. Let's simply fit the width and align it. So now let's say that we want to apply an effect to everything on the timeline. This can either be an audio effect or a video effect. So when we click on sequence, we get these sequence effects, and these will affect everything on the timeline. So if I go look for a LUT, for example, so LUT, drop it in here, you can see on the timeline, everything is affected by that LUT. And you can also use this for other things, like for audio. So if we look for normalize, you could normalize your audio for everything on the timeline. You could even use the normalize to pass. Click to analyze. Of course, do this once you're done with your edit. Otherwise, you'll have to do it again if you modify anything with the audio, etc., etc. Now, if that wasn't enough already, we can do even more with our effects. So for example, let's say that I want to have a transition over here. So I double click, I add a transition, and I'm going to make this 20 frames, and let's switch to push left. Okay, so this image here is going to be pushed to the left by our next image. Okay, it's a normal transition, but let's say I want to add a little bit of motion blur to it because it needs to look a bit more dynamic, right? We want to feel the motion, we want to feel the speed of the transition between one image to the next. Let's put this to cubic out, by the way, make it go a little faster. Okay, nice. So what we would have to do if we wanted to add the motion blur would be to add the motion blur to this half of the clip and then add a motion blur to this other half of the clip, or we'd have to make cuts to both of them or maybe put them inside of a sequence of their own, etc, etc. Alternatively, what we can do is, so over in the effects, I can look for directional blur, and if I apply this directly to the track, for example, because this is where we want to apply it, I can, inside of the directional blur, go next to the stopwatch. We have use effect zone, and if I check this on, we're going to get a little purple bar at the top of the timeline here. So I'll put the playhead where we want our transition to start, and now I'm going to click on the in point to set zone in. This is going to crop the purple bar to this part. I'll do the same for the out, set zone out. It's going to crop it to that part. And now the directional blur is only going to affect this little segment of the timeline. Now, unfortunately, if I move the clips on the timeline, it's not going to move the zone. So that's a little downside with it. But this is the closest thing to an adjustment layer, if you will. So now I can simply jump to the last frame and you can see it is limited to just this segment. Let's push this out a little bit more as such. Okay. So over here, I could set a keyframe, set the radius to 0, do the same over here. I also need the angle to be set to 0 so we get it horizontal. And over in the middle here, let's add a keyframe and set it to, let's say, 50. Okay, I was just playing around with the curves a little bit, but there you go. There we have it. And now this is not just limited to effects applied to tracks. This also applies to effects that you have on your clips. You see we have the same option up here. We can also control the zone. Let's move this in and out. You can see here, and you can even click on it to control it, by the way. And there you have it. I have a Ko-fi link down in the description for those of you who like to support the channel. You can click on this playlist here to learn more about Kdenlive or this playlist to learn more about Friction. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.